Hello and welcome to whatever episode this is of the Fools on a Hill
106.
podcast 106.
106.
I'm Cal.
Oh.
106.
And I'm joined by Yanni and Liam. Hello.
Hello.
Radio 106.
Hello there, Carl. I just
Howdy.
want to say your hair is growing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, I
long,
know,
isn't
it's-
it?
I am in severe need of a cut, but I'm trying to arrange it with my hairdresser and lack of communication.
Oh,
You know?
that's not good.
Yeah, I'm thinking of
Moving.
going a bit more shaggy. Not like not the
Oh,
Scooby-Doo
shagadelic.
character, like the
Like
shag
Miley
cut.
Cyrus, not Miley Cyrus, sorry, Taylor Swift in that picture we saw the other day, that kind of shaggy.
Yeah, but without
layered-
an
Don't mention her
offensive
name.
without an offensive fringe. I hate that fringe with all my might. I'll probably bottle it and just do what I do normally, but you know. that's
I'd love
what's
to
there.
see you have full front fringe. I'd
Yeah,
love
that-
to see
that's
you.
not
crazy.
happening.
Proper
that's not
bangs, yeah.
No, my head is far too spherical for that. I'm also tempted by a quite a long mullet, but I'm not going to do that either.
You should have
Uh,
such a long mullet.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it?
Real
Yeah.
long.
No, that's Liam's forte. I've kind of stolen Yanni's look with the tash, so I can't be an amalgamation. Of
I
the two
have a
of you.
moustache, guys. I don't know if anyone's
Yeah,
ever
but not
noticed
a,
this.
yeah, but Yanni
good.
has.
Yanni's now got a beard, so
Yeah, but not really.
Yeah, but the mustache is more prominent.
so what do I
Yeah.
get? The mullet? That's my... Okay, I'll
Yeah.
take that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Maybe
Right.
I'll just.
And the
Yeah, I'll
ability to grow decent facial hair in general, all
Yeah,
over.
I still
okay,
can't
yeah.
do anywhere else. So
I mean, it's not the
Um,
best, but you know.
Hey, don't knock yourself down, brother.
Thank you.
so true.
Thank you.
Quite a momentous occasion has happened within the last half an hour, hasn't it, boys?
How's it?
Yes.
Yanni has had a Taco Bell. Walk us through your
Of
order,
course, yeah.
Monfrere. We've not spoken about Taco Bell in a while, and one is coming to Ellesmere Port, where I live.
Wow, booming.
I am
Wow.
happy.
He's going to be a fat boy. Isn't he? Non-stop Taco Bell orders. Anyway, my order, to be honest, I did want to talk about this because I ordered it in the most Yanni way possible. And by that, I mean awkward as fuck.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. So, what do you want? I went, quesadilla meal, please. And then she went, what? Quesadilla meal, please. Is that chicken or cheese? Me not knowing there's just a plain cheese version. Chicken. Okay. Is that she said regular or cheese, and I went regular, and then she went regular or large. Regular. And then she asked for my drink.
Just a regular
But
old quesadilla.
Yeah. And then I rounded it off by saying, no, she read the order back and went, perfect, thank you. And even though that would have been normal, it just felt wrong for some reason. I said it and I immediately was like, why did I say the word perfect? And then just drove away quickly. But other than that was it really. It was just the two regulars on the trot.
A dub reg.
Yeah,
A
just-
DR, if you will.
Because I remember when me and you got a Taco Bell last time, you specifically said chicken quesadilla, and I said to you, why have you specified chicken? Because I normally just say quesadilla meal and they know what they're doing. So
And it was because I got a
It-
beef quesadilla.
it's come to bite
Is
me
that
on the
right?
arse, isn't it?
Yeah.
You did get a beef quesadilla, yeah. So
What goes around comes
that
around.
was all it was
Oh,
very
really?
nice though. It was very nice. The unplanned Taco Bells are always the better ones.
I've not had a Taco Bell in, honestly, I think we're teetering on a year now. I know.
You're alive.
Well, we had one here when we did Album of the Year stuff. The Fools Awards, linked here.
That was the last one I had.
Probably not.
that was a long time ago now.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
not very, it's about 8 months
January,
ago.
was it?
Mm.
God, that
Doesn't
is...
help.
you know,
Well,
your
Completely
bowels
different
must
boys
feel
back
great.
then.
they do. They're flushed.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, nice.
But
nice.
when I'll make up for that when it opens in Cheshire Oaks. So,
Absolutely. What are we drinking?
blackcurrant squash.
Yeah,
Oh.
worst squash.
Liam, it's more directed at you this question because you walked in with something that did not appear to be Guinness. So
I've had a Guinness today. You know,
what?
nice 2 o'clock. You know, mid-work Guinness.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
No, you're not.
Lydia and I, I have once. No, I'm not going to incriminate myself. I've had a non-alcoholic beer during a workday once, just for the decadence. There was no other reason, obviously because it's not alcoholic anyway. But it felt very naughty. But wasn't. Anyway, me and Lydia went to not Taco.
Oh, Jesus
Um,
Christ.
We went to Toby's Carvery for tea, which is why I said to you guys I might be late, but we weren't late because we were in and out in 25 minutes. That's the beauty of going up and getting your own food. And Lydia and
Yeah.
I, we don't stick around. Do you know what I mean? We're grinding that food and we're off.
Yeah.
So yeah, 25 minutes and we were out. But I did get a pint of Guinness, and it wasn't great. I probably had 3/4 of it to 2/3. I didn't finish the full pint.
I'm not gonna lie to you, mate. There is nothing I would want less with a roast dinner than a Guinness.
To be honest, yeah, I think that was part of the issue. It wasn't a great pint, and that was also an issue. I've never encountered that before because I don't think I've ever tried to do it before. But I wouldn't recommend it. It didn't sit great. It also came as I was halfway through the meal. For some reason, it took ages for the drink to come.
Just a speedy carvery man.
Oh yeah, yeah. But anyway, I just didn't fancy another Guinness, so I've got a Tropicale from the Hop Foundry. That's not focusing at all. Which is this is one of Aldi's own ale selection. I sent one to you guys not long ago. A grapefruit
Hasn't arrived.
pale ale. The image, I mean. And I really enjoyed that the first time. And when I went back to Aldi, I got another one of them and I got one of these. And I enjoyed that grapefruit one. Again, it's a great beer. But I haven't tried this one yet. So, live taste
Oh,
So is it pineapple flavoured, is it?
test.
Pineapple.
I think it's just a kind of... it's just a pale ale with tropical notes. So I'm cracking it open.
That's shite. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
I mean, they always tend to be a little bit kind of fruity, I think, pale ales.
I hate flavoured ales.
The grapefruit one's really good. I actually really recommend that. The issue I have is I actually have lost my sense of taste, so
He's got the vid.
My
it's
man's
on
got
and,
the
it's on and
vid.
off. But I can't smell this beer. So what's the trouble
Comprehensive taste test inbound.
yeah, it's upsetting. I can just taste like alcohol, which is really horrible without any flavour, if I'm being honest. That's the maddest sensation I've ever had in my life.
No, it isn't.
I literally can't say anything about this beer. I can't taste it. So
Well,
I'm sure it's lovely.
thanks for asking. I'm on the
Oh, damn.
Lemon, which I found in Tesco.
I'm very
And
excited.
we went
to
in
try
a-
I
it.
got so excited when I saw them. I was with Faye and we were just looking through, and so I was like, "Faye, oh my god, they've got damn lemon! I'm gonna feel like I'm in Spain." I don't.
Lydia and
feel
I
like I'm
went
in
to
shitty Walton.
get some, and we had one with our meal the other day, and it was delicious. Yeah.
It is very nice. Does
Delicious.
is it-
I wish I got that instead of this. Then, man, to be
Is it
honest.
Australia? Is it? Is that what Dan?
Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at Primavera, that Australia was everywhere, and then
Yeah.
there were like 2 beer tents across the whole festival that had
So it's
one pump,
box.
just one
Yeah.
pump on the end. And so if we came across one, because we'd just forget where it was, we'd always stand there for a minute and have a couple, and that was that.
That was
yeah,
that.
That was that.
End of the story, Hill.
How was that?
Get over it. I'm really upset
Okay.
about this, to be honest.
Well,
You're still going back for more, though, aren't you? Little
I could
sadist.
taste
or-
my food before, and I tasted the Guinness.
Masochist,
Maybe that's why the
whichever
Guinness
it is.
tasted bad, actually. I feel like I'm getting a direct route to the alcohol taste, which is really like drinking vodka. That's what this tastes like, which is not fun. Anyway,
No. Anything else we want to talk about?
I watched last
Um,
night in Soho. Last night.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah,
Wasn't in
It-
Soho.
were you in
I
Soho?
was in my office. It was alright. Bit weird, but it was alright.
it does seem weird.
Yeah, I kind of one of those films where I just really wasn't invested in anything that was going on, but I wanted to be because it's an Edgar Wright film and I like Edgar Wright.
Is that the one with is it Anna Taylor-Joy in it? Is that her name?
The face, yeah. That's another reason why I wanted to be invested, but
Fair enough.
She was good
I
as
went
Princess
to
Peach. I'll say that
Mhm.
much.
I went to see Haunted in Venice, the new Poirot film. It's a 12A. Somehow it was scary for a 12A. I am a puss, but it was scary, big time puss. But yeah, there's a couple of jump scares. General creepy children singing soundtrack. Hate that. But without spoiling it, I mean, I felt like a bit of a twat for being scared at the end, so that's fun.
Well, because you find out it's all not real.
Well, yeah, obviously it's not real 'cause it's a film. But yeah. So
How does it
yeah.
rank in the Hercule Poirot series?
well, you're gonna absolutely
That
hate.
was perfect.
It was pretty good.
Thank
God.
I've not seen the second one.
Oh, that's fine. worry about it.
So I'm gonna rank that one bottom. I'd say this was better than Murder on the Orient Express because I was a bit bored by that. But I think I was watching it in the wrong setting. It was
The
a bit
thing
on
with
telly and it was a
the
bit
thing that annoyed me with Murder on the Orient Express was I was very invested, and then about halfway through I realised that I knew what the answer was, and I was like, okay, I don't care anymore then. So how can you watch something where I know that spoilers? It's all of them, and it really ruined it for me.
I only really was bothered about that because of Willem Dafoe.
Fair.
I forgot he was in that.
Don't really remember him being in it. Yeah, it was on like ITV2 one night, so you can't be immersed in it when there's adverts every 20 minutes.
That's
No,
true.
that is very.
So that wasn't preferable.
That's true.
But that's me. I think that's all I've done.
Lydia and I started watching Gavin and Stacey.
Oh, I've
You
heard
know?
about that. Any good?
We were going to hold it off till Christmas, but there's a bunch of things we kind of want to rewatch around Christmas and Halloween and stuff, so we kind of had nothing else to watch, and I thought, well, Gavin and Stacey isn't really, apart from obviously the Christmas specials, it's not really tied to any time, so it seemed like a good one to throw on, and do you know what, it's just great.
It is
It's
great.
really good, to be
It
fair.
is great. Wasn't it wonderful when James Corden wasn't insufferable?
Do you know what? I said this lady, I was like, I was genuinely a little bit concerned when we first put it on that I just hate James Corden. And that's increased since the last time I watched Gavin and Stacey. But you watch it and you just don't even realise it's James Corden. It's just so different. Oh, it helps that he looks different, but it's just so far removed from what you think of him as a real person, if you can call him that. Genuinely hilarious. It's great. The writing's great. Yeah, it's really good.
Talking of revisiting old classics, we've been watching The In-Betweeners lately.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That has been a long time since I've watched any of them.
See, that's exactly how I felt, but
You remember
when we
every
start-
second of it.
yeah, well, but when I was watching it, I was thinking, I never watch this anymore because it's on all the time, and I feel like I catch like one episode here and there when it's on like E4 or whatever, and you just chucking something on before bed. But there was genuinely quite a lot that I didn't remember, and we watched the two films as well, both very good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we absolutely smashed that last week. It was great.
That's good. In-Betweeners is great. I mean, it's one of those that I feel like I wish I could one day show my children.
Oh, absolutely not.
But it just will not be, because one, they won't get any of it. It's just, I feel so blessed in a way that we were of the perfect time. Well, there's obviously you could have been older than us. We were probably the youngest that you could have enjoyed it, but we were of the kind of the cut-off time where you can enjoy something like that. And it's just a completely
It's such a
different
time
world now.
capsule, isn't it? Like the music, the way it looks and everything. It's just is so much of that time when we were growing up. But
That's how Gavin and Stacey feels. A lot of the music and
Yeah.
stuff is, Katie Tunstall started playing, and I was like, this feels great. You know what I mean? This was the best time in the world, 2007-ish, whenever it was.
Yeah,
I always
All the
remember
time.
when they're at the fair and Paolo Nutini's playing. I think it's Pencil Full of Lead. That's just synonymous. Yeah, good times, as you say.
Good times, baby.
Anything else before we move on?
On to bad times.
on to bad times. No, I don't think there is anything else. I think it's time to face the music.
Oh, wow. What's the... Oh, no.
Rachel Adedeji.
That's it, Rachel. I couldn't think of the first name. I was going, Michael Rachel Adedeji. There's been some new music this week, hasn't there, guys?
No.
Been loads of new musics.
Oh, is it? What's
Yeah,
jumping on?
again, we've not recorded in a few weeks, but we've got apparently the pick of the bunch on the go here. Shall we start with the two newest ones? Did you get a chance to listen?
Did.
Yep.
We'll start with Bill Ryder Jones. Get out of the way because I feel like I'm going to be disappointed by your reactions. Bill has announced a new album, Yakida. which is coming out at some point.
Sorry,
Soon.
are you just saying Yakida, or is it actually called Yakida?
It's
It's called
called
Yakida.
Are
Yakida.
you joking?
No,
The man's not Welsh, is he?
no, but I've seen a lot of Duolingo that he's posted about him learning Welsh.
I mean, to be fair, it's very not Welsh. It's
yeah,
very Squelch.
but yeah. But
How's
I love Bill. Everyone knows I love Bill. The man is still having a bath on my record shelf above me. I love the man.
It must be
the
right
new
wrinkly by
song-
now.
You're very wrinkly,
Like
yeah.
a prune.
We said exactly the same thing then, I think, Yanni.
No,
What did you say?
I said I said he's got to be clean by now.
Okay. I said it must be right wrinkly.
I know what you said.
Sorry. Callum, were you speaking?
I was, mate. Yeah. The song is called "This Can't Go On," and to
Does though.
nobody's surprise, I bloody love it. I think it's just what Bill does very well. Lovely strings, very emotional. Does what he does. Well, uses his voice well. Considering no one's under the illusion he's not the strongest of singers. He does it well, and fucking hell,
Attack of the Cats.
in it. And yeah, I love the song. I've pre-ordered the album Dinked Edition with Liquid Cash. So
Wow.
you're welcome.
mean
The
that-
Liquid Cash I don't have. It's come out of the joint account.
Dust
um,
cash.
Yeah, so yeah, couldn't miss out on that. So I'm happy. What did you think of the song? Please say you liked it.
Musically, I really liked it. However, I just feel like more things should have happened than what they did. It just felt like one big sort of circle. There was no sort of progression or anything like that. But it was all right. It feels like it's not really a single type song. Like it'll be a decent album track.
Yeah, I don't think many of his songs really do.
Not good enough for singles. No, that's what you're saying.
Not at all, but I feel like they're best enjoyed as a project. Don't put words in my mouth that I'm not saying.
Yanni? Whoa.
I was on this morning.
Wow.
I finished my podcast on my way to work. Put Radio 1 on.
Oh, you
I
got
was
another podcast on, have you? You hosting?
That's really that was bad. That
I haven't got the energy to jump in at the right time. Listen, what have I got to say about it? I don't think it's. It's yeah, there's a lot going on in there. Do you know what I mean musically? I do think at points it was just a bit too much going on, but I liked it at the same time. I didn't like his vocals, and nothing happened. And that's up.
Bingo.
I
Liam,
love you enough for the three of us, Bill. So it's fine.
Liam, it's been so long, but ever since Cal put this in the chat, I've been dying to hear it. Please take it away. What have we got next?
Oh, the man is so ill.
Oh, that was
Objective it is, yeah.
It
Yeah,
is.
God, it makes my eyes water. That one.
Yeah,
Itza.
in my ears water. What? The song is called Itza.
It's a lot.
It's a
Yeah,
song. It's all right. I was going to say, just to make it a bit more reviewery, that they're really just not the band that I want them to be. Because I only like those two songs from that EP we aren't getting out, but tonight we might.
We won't get up.
We aren't, but
We're not gonna.
Thanks for. Yeah. Same thing in Feeling Down. Those are my jam, my butter, my bread. But everything else, and I've even tried going back to the older stuff. It's not that, and that's what I want from them. And fair play if that's not what they're going to be, but I don't care for it if that's not what they're going to be.
I think they should be called Le Fluke, because I do think those two songs were Le Fluke. And this is
You make yourself laugh.
yeah, and this song is it doesn't do it for me. Just doesn't.
Yeah.
Just doesn't interest me. Yeah.
I liked The Dance You Sell, which was a follow-up to that EP that Yanni just kindly mentioned. This one, I've only heard it once. I'm listening to it now. It's not that exciting, so I can't imagine coming back to it too much, which is a shame.
Not.
And I've always said how much I like his voice and how unique I find it. not really enjoying it in this one.
It doesn't sound unique on this song. It sounded unique
Yeah.
on the other ones because the
Yeah.
music was also. Thanks, Liam. Thanks. I'm not even going to finish my point because he already knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, fair
That one.
The Morse is out. Speaking of bands that aren't what I wanted them to be, Lime Garden. Yeah, he knew it. Bloody hell. With the
Bloody hell.
song Love Song, which is from an album. I don't know if that's been announced since we last
Yeah, it
covered
has.
them. One more
No,
thing,
I-
what's the name of the album?
Okay, he does.
What?
I say we've got no information on it, but he does.
He do.
Yeah, bloody do.
It's better than whatever that other
Nepotism,
song.
baby.
Yeah, it's better than that song, Faux Show, but it's still just not the Lime Garden that I want. I want Marbles. I want Sick and Tired. A push. I want Bitter. I like those songs. The first two, especially that I mentioned, they're very, very good. This one's alright. To be fair, it's okay.
I agree. Sorry, Colin. Learn,
Order.
read cues, please. I agree it's definitely better than Nepotism Baby. And I also agree that it's not what I want from them. But the more I've listened to it, the more I've got into the groove of it. I like the vocal melody. I like the very simple meh, meh on the guitar. I like the sound of that. What I've realised, though, I'm doing that kind of influencer thing. What I've realised is that it reminds me of Billy No Mates. And I think that's the part, of the aspect of it I like. The way she's in, there's like a certain, it sounds a lot like Black Curtains in the Living Room, is it? Is that the song?
Yes.
Yes. Colin?
That was the end, apparently. Yeah, I like it. The arpeggiated synth. Mr. Arnott is really.
Arpeggiated.
It probably like took the ability for me to say that word away. That's cool in the background. It's not Sick and Tired. It's not Marbles, but I mean, I'd be game to listen to more of this.
Honestly,
Yeah,
listening to
personally.
it again, I've listened to it, like, skipped back through it a few times, and it is a bit of a bop, if I'm being honest.
It is.
To be honest, it is a bit of a bop. I just think
To
it
be
doesn't.
fair, though,
I don't think there's enough differentiation through the song. A little bit
word.
repetitive, maybe. But
Quite-
what they're doing musically is pretty cool.
yeah, the vocals are quite one note, aren't they? They don't really do much, but it's a good song. I like it.
Some might say.
Yeah. Okay. Pit Blom.
Oi.
Why not?
Oh, okay.
Why
never
not?
mind.
Why not do Pit Blom?
Why not?
The song is called "Get Back."
Get
And
back.
don't get confused with the Beatles. 'Cause it's definitely not
Get
that.
back.
Yes, thank you. This is definitely the weakest they've released so far. However, it's not bad. By no means bad.
Yeah, if this wasn't the fourth one released, I'd like it a lot more. But I do
No.
enjoy it still.
I disagree with that. I'd still get the same level of enjoyment with the song,
No, I
regardless of when it was
don't. I don't
released.
know.
I think
I-
I prefer it to the Is This Love, personally. Not that I don't like. Not that I don't like Is This Love. I think the chorus to this song fucking stinks. I think the verses are relatively weak, but I think Is This Love doesn't quite have the stonkness to it that this certainly brings in the chorus.
Every time I
Opinions.
listen to Is This Love, I think, oh, I prefer this to Tiger. And then Tiger comes on and I'm like, I'm so wrong.
Yeah, we can all agree that's wrong.
No, I'm agreeing with myself. that
No,
it's
we
wrong,
can all
but,
agree then, can't we?
I'm very excited for this album. This is sadly, well, not sadly, the last single before it's released in just over a month, I think. So very excited to be blonde.
There was other things that we should have talked about that I've just remembered now.
Oh, fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
I listened to a certain album.
Oh,
We'll
fuck's
cover
sake.
that thing at the end of
Let's
the...
do that as like a album spotlight afterwards, but not
Yeah,
an album
yeah,
spotlight,
yeah.
in the space.
Yeah.
Within the space.
Yeah, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Someone else pick a fucking...
Let's
Segue
go with "Turn the World On" by Bombay Bicycle Club.
Oh shit.
The fourth single, I think, from whatever the new album's called.
My big day.
My big.
My Big Day.
BG.
We've all been
Sorry.
quite indifferent to previous singles from this album, I think. You
Don't
two,
don't force that opinion upon me. Yeah, we have been.
did you two quite like the last one?
I very much like the last
Yeah, it
one.
was alright.
Since this one, I've gone back and listened to the others, and I like them all more. The one with Holly Humberstone is very good. This one, I just kind of feel it's suffering with what the problems I had with the other ones. Just a little bit. It just feels like it's just chugging along just to do something. Doesn't.
Chug, 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 chug.
And as a single entity, it's a bit boring. But I can very much envisage myself enjoying sitting down with this album.
I would say that I said that first of all in the group chat, and then you've just stole that idea. You bastard.
Yeah, well,
My
inspired me.
My big day is the song, not the album. It's definitely my least favorite out of all the singles they've released, because I too went back, obviously, and listened to them, and it did make me appreciate diving more. I still really like "I Want to Be Your Only Pet," if I'm honest with you. I just, yeah. So I like the song. I think is the point I'm trying to make here, but I've not made it.
Yeah, I do kind of like this song as well. It really doesn't set my world on fire, and I think that's been the issue of all of them. You know, I'm just saying anything you guys have said, I'm sure, at some point or another.
Does it turn your world on, though?
No. But I do think the more, I mean, I'm just rehashing what you guys have said basically, but it's made
No.
the more singles come out in a weird way, it's making me realise that the album's probably going to be alright.
Yeah.
It just
Bingo.
they're going to be alright together. But yeah, as
Well.
a single, nothing still has reached the last album, you know, which I mean isn't the best thing they've done. I mean it's very good. I'm not saying it's bad in any way, but yeah, nothing's reached that with the similar style.
You want to know what else turned my world on, boys?
Oh, go on then.
The music video to the Rolling Stones song. I think it's called "Angry." I don't even know. I don't even know what the name of the song is.
I prefer not to speak.
Don't
If
get
I speak,
angry
I
with
will
me.
Yeah. The song is not very good. The auto tune is terribly obvious, and it's just a pretty generic Stones song, really, which I imagine for a lot of Rolling Stones fans they
Perfect.
probably love. Perfect.
Perfect.
But it didn't, and to steal Liam's phrase, didn't set my world alight. But the music video, pretty good.
It's not as bad as it could have been. Is the key thing I take from it.
Absolutely.
It really could have been much worse. It's pretty standard and generic, but they've still kind of got it. You know, I appreciate that.
Mhm.
Yeah, mirrors Liam. I've got nothing more to
Let
add.
me tell you guys, you can get this song as a 7-inch single. You can also get it as a 10-inch single, which I've never. I don't think I've ever seen. It's just I don't even think it's got a B-side. It's just a single. Which is
Capitalism.
very interesting to me. Very interesting. 15 quid.
Yep.
It's
One
got
song.
an etching on the B-side.
Eh.
It doesn't
Is it
say
of Sydney Sweeney?
It doesn't actually. She hand delivers it to your house. So
Well,
I'll order
15
free.
quid's a
Yeah.
fucking bargain then.
Oh, cheeky.
2020 Fools on a Hill Album of the Year runner-up. Declan McKenna is back.
Is that
Oh.
so?
It is so.
That's
I
fair.
think.
It's a great album.
Yeah,
Not listened
great
to it.
album.
Grow up.
With the new single "Nothing Works," the follow-up to "Sympathy," which was all right.
No.
I think this one is much more in line with what I would enjoy from this direction that he's clearly trying to go in. Which, let's have it right, is not as good as Zeros based on the two offerings we've had so far, so I'm a little bit worried about the album. This one's quite fun. It's just a bit more going on, a bit faster paced, more to cling on to, I think. It's all right.
They're fair points, Colin.
Thanks.
We'll allow it.
Just let you know.
Yeah, I like the lyrical content of this. Quite amusing. But yeah, the song's not blow my socks off.
The socks are well and truly firmly put.
So on my feet.
Yeah, I agree with you, Colin. That's basically all my comments. I want to comment though on something that's been irking me a little bit.
Get your ears
not
out.
irking me.
Get your ears
Sorry,
out for the
that's,
lads.
that's the wrong word, but it's been on my mind. Is the similarities I see. I'm not saying they're exactly the same before you jump on it. The similarities between the kind of direction Decky.
Decky. You know.
Jesus
Callum's
Christ.
not listening.
Callum's not paying any attention.
He's not even here, is he?
Between
I had a text off me now. I do apologise.
send our love. We're
Yeah,
between
totally love it.
Mr. McKenna and Bombay Bicycle Club. And by that, I mean the kind of general positive vibe musically and artistically on the singles. I don't know, it's just something, it's just piqued my interest. And also the album covers are kind of bright. I don't know. There's something there for
What's
me.
your point here, Liam?
I've said it. It's there somewhere.
You hate positivity?
No, I just think
Is that the headline?
irks was the wrong word. I'm intrigued.
Sure.
I just think it's intriguing that they kind of seem to have gone in similar directions from a different starting point, bearing in mind. Anyway, fucking stop talking shite, eh?
Yeah.
Listen,
Preferably.
Big Thief.
Oh, Liam. Well done on this one, mate. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you. I've worked very hard on this one. Born for Loving You, the next single following Vampire Empire.
B-side.
Thank you, Yanni. Thank you so much for just
Thank
speaking as I was about
you.
to say it. Yeah, there's no announcement of any sort of album, so this is probably just a A-side, B-side sit-shot. Have you pre-ordered the single, guys?
I didn't know it was I was just about to ask
Yeah,
you.
it's been available for age since
I need to-
since
oh.
Vampire Empire came
No way,
out.
bro. The age.
For age, bro. It's it's expensive because all singles are nowadays, but it's
Oh,
eco vinyl and it's Vampire Empire, which is a great song, and Born for Loving You, which is a fucking great song. Turns out
Where's the best place to order it from?
I got
Have
it
you
from
done the
Banquet.
research?
Banquet.
Banquet.
Yeah, French. Banquet
Oh.
Records.fr. But yeah, Born for Loving You, beautiful. Adrian's lyrics, stunning. Just stunning. The music is stunning. I just fucking love it, guys.
Is it stunning, mate?
Stunning. I've listened to Big Thief all day today and yesterday. Apart from these singles. And Third Eye Blind, which will come today.
Oh yeah, baby.
Spoilers. But yeah, no, I love this new track. They're just smashing it out of the park lately, in my eyes.
Yeah.
Callum, give me more.
Give me
Um,
more.
I haven't
Oh,
listened to Vampire Empire as much as you two have.
You
It came on
slag.
the other day and I really enjoyed it. And this is just a nice follow on from that. It's a very unique voice, which I'm glad I don't hate.
It's a grower.
100%. And
Aren't
I
we
was
all?
already I was already at the I enjoy this stage, so it's just
I think
been
if you really want to,
rising.
if you really want to kind of jump
Shut
in the
up, Nick.
deep end, from the fire into the fire and the flames, we carry on. Whatever that phrase is. Listen to her solo stuff, especially
We
the
did,
last
didn't we?
album. Yeah, we listened to songs. Yeah, it was the last
Oh.
album with like the flowers.
Oh no, we did listen to that for the pod, I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
You
agreeing. with
just said songs. And
yeah,
I just
the album's called Songs.
Oh,
That's why I said songs.
I thought you just meant got you.
The album's called Songs and Instrumentals. There's a bunch of instrumentals.
I remember that now.
Yeah, but that's a great place because obviously the vocals are very prominent. And so if you can kind of get through that, then it breaks the seal, so to speak. And her A-sides album with Buck Meek, their kind of solo album together. It's not solo, duo. Is also very good. It's also a
Bingo.
great place because Buck's got a great voice as well, and his name is fucking sick.
That.
Well, boys, Yanni, do you have anything to say on that?
I'm just trying to buy this record, so move along.
Priorities.
Well, I don't have anything more to say on any of the singles. Really.
Jesus Christ, Callum, where have you been?
Have
Oh,
you
we know.
listened to things with your ears?
Yeah.
Your ears,
the
are they
Trout
on?
the Trout EP was quite enjoyable to start with, and then it just got a bit samey.
So the chart EP called fuck me, the vowels are not coming.
Oh, is that
Color
title?
Picker. I enjoyed.
yeah.
Oh, Yanni's dick pic, is it?
Yeah, man.
Where you going? Going to get a bank card?
Sorry about it. Just carry on.
Okay. It's that kind of bedroom indie pop kind of style. There's a very derivative way to describe it, I suppose. But
So derivative of you.
I did find it quite interesting. There's a lot of kind of sorry.
I need to apologise,
Thank
mate.
you. Thank you. I paused for it.
Sorry, I just had to.
Elements to the music, and I know that they've said that Sorry were an influence, as well as Adrian Lenker from Big Thief, and there was another name on their Spotify list. I'm going to tell you who it is because I need to know now. Warpaint.
Oh.
That was the other.
Oh,
That was the other name.
yes.
They were the
Never heard of
influences.
Warpaint.
They were the three influences, and I think especially Sorry.
I need to
Honestly.
apologise,
Thank
mate.
you. Definitely heard the influences there with the kind of electronic elements, which kept it interesting. I think I might revisit it.
Are we on about trouts now? The
True,
fish?
true, yeah.
Yeah, it was consistently very good.
Yep.
I just not something I needed to listen to, and we've got all this other stuff going on. It needs its own
yeah.
separate listening sesh. You feel a bruh. So, Surfer John's back with an alright song. That's all I'll say, really.
It's impressive that he does everything. I'll say that.
Yeah, say
He does
that.
he does all the instruments.
And that.
And I really like his voice. It's especially kind of hoarse on this song, but I didn't have enough wind in the pipes for that one. Yeah, I really like the song. I like the way it built. It's nice for songs to build. A lot of songs don't build nowadays. They just
That's so
plateau.
true.
Blonde.
The Blonde.
Oh wow. Damn. Blonde and Sam T. Herring of Future Islands. Did you listen to this, Carl? No.
I skipped it.
You son of a.
I would like to preface. I'm fully aware it's probably lovely, but my God, I was not in the mood for this when it came on. Nor do I ever envisage myself being in the mood for it. But yeah, sure. Sure, it's nice. It's the second time, yeah.
Yep. It reminded me of a Surfer John song.
A specific one or just the general the
Just
sound?
in general, the vibe of it and the way
Yeah.
oh my God, I can't speak. Certain things were sung.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's a very unique song, isn't it, from both of them. The vocals, Sam's are very deep, and Dublon's, I think their name's Beth. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. It says right there actually.
Oh, it's not the blonde, no.
No, funny enough, it's not Dublon. No, it's not the Christian name. Beth's vocals are very just.
Nice to meet you, my name is Du.
What's the? They felt very like ethereal, like middle ages. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like medieval almost. Some of the vocal lines are very. Do you know what I mean? It's like something off Shrek when Fiona's singing to the frogs, that sort of thing. But yeah, very very interesting pairing, and I believe there's a full record coming, but I don't really know. I couldn't really work out. I found out that essentially they went on a trip together, like 8 years ago or something like that, across America, and this is the result. Apparently, Dublon's music was like this, I think, before they became a bit more known. Because I know there's some of the singles we heard. There's one with Ezra Furman, I think, is nothing like this. But yeah, I'd like to hear more. I would like to hear more.
I've got it on now, and I can firmly say I don't want to hear more.
That's fair.
Wow.
It's fair,
You know.
I only want to really talk about one other.
Go on, I want to talk about two, so hopefully one of them is. Go on, you say yours.
You pick the less good one
Well,
of
no,
those
you just.
two.
How do you know which? You just
Because
tell
I
me
know,
your
I
one.
know, I know what's going to be the best one, so you pick the less good one.
Okay. Max Band?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, maybe we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, new song Take Out Menu by Max Band. It feels harsh calling it less good because I did enjoy this song. Max being the brother of Andrew Savage from Parquet Court, and also he was in Parquet Court.
What?
You don't know
I did not know
that?
that.
And he was the guitarist in Parquet Court, Max. And there's
What's
definitely.
his name?
Sorry?
What's his name again? Sorry, mate.
Max.
Max, right.
Yeah,
okay.
from Max Band.
Their name band.
Max Band. It's his
Okay.
band. It's a good name for a band.
Yeah.
Very you can tell the relation to Parquet Courts. And it's kind of nice just to get some of that style music from a similar voice. Which feels a bit kind of shitty to say in a way because it's like obviously he's doing his own thing, but it's not Parquet Courts. It does sound unique. And somewhere between those 2 points is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, my first comment was Liam likes this song. It just seemed like such a Liam tune. Yeah, it was pretty good. I like the chorus in it.
Yeah.
I felt like there were just little bits that maybe would have lifted it more. I don't know what that was, but there were elements of very good things in it. But it just wasn't quite taking it over the edge. And then the best song, and I know this because you sent us a screenshot of you pre-ordering the album. So,
but hang on,
that
you
was all
saying
the
this
mental
is the
math.
best song?
No, absolutely not.
Oh, right, okay.
It was very good though.
Okay, go on, crack on.
No, you crack on, tell me, because I don't know.
Well, I want to hear what you have to say about them. This is Clutching Your Pearls by Ethan P. Flynn.
That's what I was after. Yeah, thank you. Because I don't have the song.
Oh, that's all you
title in
wanted to
front
know.
of me.
Okay,
Yeah.
carry on then.
No, it was very good. I did listen to the other songs as well, and again, they were good. It was unfortunate that at the time, at least, this was at the end of the listening session again, because I could tell that I'd like this if I wasn't so. What's the word?
Fatigued.
Fatigue. That is the actual
Fatigue.
word I was looking for. Fatigue. Yeah. From listening to the other songs. So yeah, he's a weird artist as well. Like I looked at some of the other stuff. Like it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was reading as well. He's been involved in. So it said something like at 19 he's worked on. Hang on, it's on the Spotify thing actually. At 19 he'd worked on a David Byrne album and an FK Twigs album. He had writing credits on both, in fact. And I recognised the name, and I realised it's because we covered a song that he did with Black Country New Road. Like a live song. We called it like The Windmill or something. But yeah, this really scratched my itch, this. And so did all the other music. It's I like it's kind of quite classic based, if that makes sense. Kind of classic rock sound. It reminded me a bit of that MJ Lenderman that we covered the other week. Kind of classic based, but then kind of weird at the same time. And then ending on the classic Beatles chord at the end. It's pretty cool.
I do hate the artwork. If I'm to be honest with you, it really doesn't match with the songs at all. Not that things have to, but it also scares me.
It's a little bit creepy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'll allow that. Yeah.
Thanks.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing more. Definitely, I think for the 3 singles, I enjoyed all 3 of them, and I pre-ordered.
Yanni hit the nail on the head by saying it was a shame it was at the end of the listening because I've just had it on and I enjoyed it.
Well, we'll come back. Hopefully
sure
you'll release
we
another
will.
single before beginning of October. And if not, we'll cover the album.
Hey, that's what
Finally,
we
there's
are meant
albums
to
to
do
cover.
here.
That is, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it'd be nice to go back to the
Um,
mystical land of the album spotlight.
Guys, I'm done here.
But
So okay, bye. Seeing as we did very very briefly talk about I don't know where I was going with this.
Love.
I listened to Talking Heads in between our last walking session.
Walking Dead. This is the Talking Dead. Talking Heads between Walking Dead sessions.
Walking
That is true
session.
though, isn't it? I know that.
It really it is so accurate. I listened to everything up until the Little Creatures album. Just because I only know the main songs, and I thought they're one of those bands where I feel like it's I'm obligated to have at least given them a go.
Yeah.
And a go I doth give. And there are a lot of songs that I've saved, had a great time. But I think we touched on this in the chat that if it's not one of the main singles, I have to be in the right mood for the other ones. I just happen to be in that mood when I listen to them, which is good. But yeah, so that was me. Maybe I'll go past. Well, I'll listen to Little Creatures. I know Road to Nowhere's on there. I saved that because Road to Nowhere's fucking.
Great.
And She Was a tune as well. That was a single though, so you might know that.
Oh, maybe.
I've tried to listen to Speaking in Tongues many times, and I have to keep trying because one time I'll try it and I'll really like it, so then I'll revisit it, and then I don't like it, and then I do like it, and then I don't like it. I find it so hard to gauge whether I'm going to enjoy it or not. Which is annoying because like This Must Be the Place is one of my favourite songs of all time, so I feel like I should like the rest of it, and it just really there's no rhyme or reason.
Oh, I've fucked this up. Oh, I can't show it. Fuck this up.
Oh, there we go.
Wow, beautiful.
That come
There we
across
go.
on camera?
Yeah, it
You
did.
did.
It came right across the camera. I came across the camera as well.
You did. So much gooey stuff.
Gosh.
Yeah, Speaking in Tongues, I enjoyed a couple of songs off of that.
Speaking in tongues.
So there's that. Who knows what I'll listen to next? Maybe I'll tell you about it. Maybe I won't.
Have you guys heard that Arcade Fire song with Dave Byrne called Speaking in Tongues?
No.
Oh, you should listen to that song.
Okay.
Okay.
Arcade Fire and
I've
who?
never. David Byrne.
Okay.
Speaking in tongues. That's not how
That
it
was
goes.
goes, yeah.
David Byrne only does one part and he goes, Speaking in tongues in the background.
Is it on streaming or?
It's from the extended or the special edition of The Suburbs.
Okay.
Anywho.
Well, I've listened to what some people would coin the album of the year every year.
Every
Oh
time.
yes.
Every year.
Every fucking year.
I think that
For
was
the,
Say it
uneduc-
with
for the
some
uneducated, that album would be Third Eye Blind by Third Eye Blind.
the correct way to say it, Carl Walden.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, that's all I've got to say on the matter. I've listened to it.
What
No,
were your
I'm
thoughts?
Only bloody joking. So I absolutely I don't know what happened then.
What?
I have loved Losing a Whole Year for what seems like a long time now.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute slapper
Is that
of
true?
a tune. Yeah, I think I tried to listen to this one. Well, we figured out today that we've already done a classic on this album. Obviously, Yanni and Liam love it. I don't know what the fuck I did during that recording.
Well, I think we just said we loved it for an hour, probably.
Yeah, that was about it, yeah.
And that
it was
it.
only 22 minutes, so it can't have been much
No.
actual review other than you guys literally just saying, yeah, it's great.
Probably.
So I think I tried to listen to the album then, and obviously I've progressed with my musical taste since then. I now like Pavement. I like Elliott Smith. I apparently now like Third Eye Blind.
Right on.
So that's a
Right on,
real
brother.
turn for
Any
whatever
new
the phrase is.
favourites?
Preach dog.
Well, Losing the Whole Year is still up there for me. You'll
New
be glad
favourites.
to
Sorry,
know.
please
Yes,
listen.
but I'm just prefacing.
Come
I nearly cried this morning at about
I've
quarter
never
to
heard
10.
that song.
Listening to Jumper. I do know that one though. That has been on semi-rotation for me. But
It's
it
a weird
really
time to
did
listen to
click with me. It really did click with me.
Does that mean it provokes a
Yay.
semi, or is it just you get a semi? And
Shut up.
This album does provoke a semi.
I'm fully erect the whole time. I've just put it on now. I'm stone
needle
cold
drops.
fucking Steve Austin right here.
Narcolepsy is obviously great.
Oh yeah.
I really liked London. I thought that just pretty hard, pretty slappy. And the background I really liked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boy.
boy.
So this will be an album I come back to frequently.
Yes. Callum.
So we'll do a classic again on it soon. Maybe not that soon, but in the future
Tomorrow.
when I've got more fully formed thoughts on it, other than I've enjoyed it the one time I've listened to it all the way through. But the future's looking positive, boys.
I'm so
Well-
glad they released that one perfect album and never released anything ever again. That is, it's the
Yes.
perfect legacy, isn't it?
It's the way to do it.
It's the way to do
Yeah, I'm glad that you enjoyed it because now you can partake in the joy that me and Liam both feel whenever we hear any song off of that album.
Absolutely.
it. Something special.
Me and Liam went to a gig.
Oh,
Oh shit, yeah.
yeah, we did.
Did you
Oh,
not understand that that's what I was getting at? Or before when I was talking about
talking about what?
things we didn't talk about. Anyway, yeah. I mean, it made sense, but it didn't make sense. You know what I mean? So, Liam, who did we go see?
It's a lot of pressure.
Come on.
You should have just out with it.
Hang on. Nose is a bit blocked. Oh!
You've done better.
I know it's that
But
was
still, it'll
it's
never
all
not make
from
me
the
laugh.
mouth that one. I've got no chest air. You know, it usually comes from the soul. We went to see Geese.
You've got lots of chest hair. I have seen it.
It's all there, baby. Check it out.
Yeah.
It's this little funny bit. It is funny, you know, because it doesn't really
Yeah, yeah.
connect
Oh.
to the chest or the beard. It's just its own little. Every man's an island, you know. That's the saying, isn't it? Every man. We went to see Band on the Wall. No, we didn't
So
go to
we
see
went-
that, but we went to see Geese in Manchester.
So-
Yanni, we had a great time, didn't we? Is that
Liam,
fair to
yes,
say?
we did.
But before we
I
get
think it's
there, we had
pretty
some
fair to
support
say.
acts. Support acts.
Yeah.
Who was supporting? A band called Pincher
Poly group.
started. There's another one, Callum, before you jump in. A band
I'm ever so sorry.
Pincher, who were all right.
Yeah. Yeah, they were okay.
They're all right.
They were. That seemed like we need a local band in to
Yeah.
play for this, as opposed to the touring band. But they were okay.
Yeah, the songs were pretty all right.
Yeah.
Um,
The bass is cool.
is that true?
Yeah.
Oh, low bar, real low bar.
The
Drum was very good.
drummer dropped his stick at one point, which was so awkward to look at.
No, I didn't see it happen. I thought he was pretty good.
But he did a pretty alright recovery, so
That's good.
Fun.
And then Folly Group came on, and they were very good. To be fair,
yeah, they were a lot better live than when we listened to the songs
Yeah.
by them. And we both didn't really understand this, but I think they had some guys like helping out because maybe another member couldn't make it or something.
Yeah.
But he was doing like percussion, and then he went on drums for one song, and my God,
fuck it.
did he
Smashed that fucker.
destroy that drum set in like the best way possible?
So this was confirmed. They posted something on Instagram that,
Okay.
and they said something like, "Thank you to so and so who I've known since primary school for filling in." So yeah, he filled in on this tour,
Oh,
but like,
still.
I mean, like, perfect. So what he was doing to explain the situation here, the lead singer of Folly Group is the drummer, and the way that the stage was on Band on the Wall, off the wall, whatever the phrase is it Band on the Wall?
On the wall.
The drum kit was on the left hand side of the stage, facing the right hand side, so it was like side on, which was strange. And obviously he was singing from there. And then there was bass player, guitarist, and old mate in the middle who was stood with keys and like a drum pad, and probably some other little bits and bobs.
Yeah, the percussion
And
bit.
he, you know, had drumsticks in his back pocket. We saw him earlier on, didn't we? That was him. Do you remember I said, I think he's a drummer. And so he was, you know, tapping all these things, doing all these keys, singing here and there. You would never have guessed that was like the third show he'd ever done with that band. It was insane.
Crazy.
And then, yeah, at one point the drummer singer got up and went on the little pads to sing, I guess because it was a more intensive drum song.
Yeah,
And he nailed it. The other fella. Yeah, absolutely nailed it.
yeah. If he isn't in a band, he needs to be in some sort of band because he was born to play drums. He fucking rock that shit.
Dave was born to slam.
And then Born Slam. Geese then came on because it was their gig. That's what happens.
What?
Yeah, and they were amazing. There were some technical issues with a keyboard. Didn't matter. Did not matter at
Nope.
all. Liam's not
I'm fully
with
listening.
me on this. The singer, unreal. We both walked out and said he is possibly the best singer.
Yeah.
That you've ever seen live.
Oh, did you want me to say it along? He's absolutely the best live singer I've ever seen. I've been thinking about that since. I've never seen someone sing that well live. He really smashed it out park.
And he was rocking a fucking fleece as well on stage,
Yeah.
which is just. It wasn't cold.
Oh no, certainly not. Yeah, no, it was insane. The whole band were great. It was just a good vibe. Good vibe.
Very good vibe.
They seemed like they weren't expecting, such a kind of turnout and such love. I think such love from the crowd. We really feel it emanating. But genuinely, like the bass player just kept smiling when everyone was singing along and stuff. It was pretty cool because they seemed relatively young.
Yeah, everyone but the singer and then the keyboard player seems young.
Yeah.
Well, even the singer seemed a little bit young.
Even both. I think they were both.
It was just
still
because the
pretty
other
fresh-faced.
people were smaller. That's all it
Pretty
was, really.
But yeah, like they smashed all the songs. There's one point where it was what's that song? Is that 3D Country? I'm so bad at remembering song names.
3D Country is your favourite one. How can you not remember it?
Oh, it's not 3D Country. It's is it 21-22? Did you play that?
Doom doom doom.
Oh no, it wasn't that. They did play that, but it wasn't that I'm thinking of. Oh, this is so boring. Sorry, guys.
It is really boring, yeah.
What was it?
No, mate. What was the point you were trying to make?
It was
Maybe that'll
21-22.
Get out.
When he sings "God at the inside."
That's not 21-22 that I did. So I'm confusing.
Yeah.
You're right. It's 21-22.
And like, so it was between songs, and the crowd started singing it. It was that song, wasn't it? I'm not making this up. They
Yeah.
started singing that line, and he stopped and he said, "What did you say?" And then the crowd, the middle part of the crowd, sang it again, and on the beat they came in, and it was so good.
It was really
so
good.
so good. Completely unplanned moment, unless they had some moles in the crowd.
I didn't see any animals.
Apart from geese.
But yeah, definitely up there with gigs we've seen. So
It's definitely on the list.
yeah.
Oh Christ Almighty!
Oh my, we've got one extra thing to do now, haven't we, boys?
Cross
Bloody
yeah.
well done.
Haven't we, boys? We're gonna need a really obnoxious sound to introduce that, though, aren't we?
Oh God.
Are you guys ready? Primed
ready
and
for you.
prepared. It's coming.
We're proud.
Oh, it's coming.
What a horrendous noise. Welcome one and all to the ranking station
Rank
where
off.
we all rank all over your
Gentlemen.
faces.
Start your rank. Liam,
I'm
we
fixing.
need to see this.
I'm fixing.
We do. And to the surprise of absolutely nobody, we're ranking Arctic Monkeys shit again.
Oh Christ!
I mean, this is going to be an episode occurrence until we finish the Arctic Monkeys albums.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Until we
And all there's
destroy that.
albums to talk about. Like we've just got nothing to talk about. Like.
Yeah, that's very true. Music industry, step it up. So we're doing Favourite Worst Nightmare this week. I think this one, and maybe, they're all going to be contested.
This is going to be a tough one. I really think this is going to be a tough one.
I can
Yeah,
imagine we're
same.
going to have about 9 in one by the end of the first run through, so that's fun. Talking of that, Brainstorm, straight up there.
I would comfortably say 2 and 4.
I would put lower.
Wow.
I just don't care for that much. I really don't.
You are
It's impressive.
so
It's
indie.
You're
impressive.
sick in the head, Liam.
That agile beast.
It's very
you're
impressive.
saying
I just don't
5
love
to
it as a song. I really don't.
Thunder.
But I mean,
What do you call him?
Callum, that was very inappropriate.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go
We're
2 to
recording,
4
you
for
know.
now.
What have I missed here?
Let's go. It doesn't matter.
So you
Listen
have to-
back. Listen back. Brian, so okay, we're sticking 2 to 4 to now. I'll allow that for now.
Yeah, thanks. Do it.
For now.
Do it.
Teddy Picker.
Have you've not moved
You're
it?
gonna
mate?
move it? What?
Yeah, I've moved it.
Can you tell your screen that you've done
Oh.
that?
Oh. I don't know what's going on here, boys.
Oh.
I don't know why that hasn't. Just pretend I've moved it and
Oh, this is difficult. This is going to be so much more difficult now. We can't actually see the where it places on the
yeah,
rank.
I don't know.
Teddy Picker, yeah, 2 to 4.
Hang on, let me just come back to it. Can you see it now?
It's not moved.
That's a preview, is it?
Some techie diffies.
Some technical difficulties, folks. Apologies for the
Oh,
delay.
wow, this is a
Oh.
view and a half.
We're on.
Here we go. Now I can see Brian. Brian.
Chipmunks for not today. Right, sorry, back. Brian's done from 2 to 5
Jesus.
for 9.
No need for that. Teddy Picker, 2 to 4.
Oh, fuck, this is just.
I think 2 to 4. It's one that I don't really put on much anymore, but whenever it does come on,
I forget how good this song is.
yeah, absolutely.
Fair. We're gonna have to. Obviously, we're gonna have to tie this up afterwards, but this is where we are now.
Don't talk to me with that bollocks.
D is for
D is for
delightful.
dangerous. This is, I'm going to say 9 to 11. Just
Yeah,
because
that's
I've
the
got to
hottest
stop.
to take.
I've got to start putting these things out there, otherwise we're going to be in a bit of trouble later on, aren't we, boy?
God, this is impossible, guys.
This is one of my favourites, Liam. I'm
Yeah.
fully with you here, mate.
This is one of my.
Awkward.
Right. Just based on where we're on now, we'll go 5 to 8.
Things can move.
We'll go to 5 to 8.
Yeah,
for now.
okay, we
that's
can do that.
fine.
Okay.
Are we continuing to go in descending order, or
What?
because
Sorry, sir.
I think we can all agree which one's going to be 12.
No.
I don't
So
know.
we're
if we can.
continuing in descending order. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. Yeah. Go on then.
Should we talk about the songs a little bit?
Yeah, maybe.
I really like the. This is one of the first ones from this album that is teasing towards humbug, in my opinion, and it's a lovely spot to be in. I think. Anyway.
What teases humbug about this?
It's just
Not in a I'm having a go away.
Just a weird
I'm
note.
genuinely intrigued by what you think.
just a weird note. It's
Okay.
it's there's more teasers. There's other songs that are more
Yeah.
teasing, but this is
Definitely.
one of kind of. It's more. I guess it's more humbug than it is what other people say I am, sort of thing. It's the progressions. Oh, whatever.
Okay. Balaclava, 2 to 4.
I'm a big fan of Balaclava.
I'm also a big fan of Balaclava.
Okay, well that's easy then. 2 to
Go on
4.
and whack it up there for now.
Great. Cock's sake, man.
It's a cracking riff in that song, Balaclava. Just so we can talk about the songs a bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it really is. It's Go on. Were you speaking?
Another great demonstration of Matthew Helder's on drums.
That's true.
All right then, I'll talk to myself, boys.
I haven't
Sounds.
got Amy. I haven't got Amy to also care about. Fleshing Out Lesson. Everyone knows this one, don't they? Your mum loves this one.
Yeah, she fucking does.
Carl, does your mum? My mum loves this song. Does your mum love this song?
I wouldn't say love, but it's probably one of her favourites off this album. I don't imagine there's too many more
fair.
she'd enjoy.
Fair, yeah, fair. And
It's
you know
cool.
what? It's a good song. It's a really good song.
is.
It could.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck's sake, I don't- it could be dampened a little bit by the overplaying factor, but it still is just a cracking song, so it doesn't actually affect me that
Cracking.
much, if I'm being honest.
I think
Well-
I've come completely full circle on that, and I don't hear it enough anymore.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, that's probably true. Yeah.
The most stupid thing that they did was releasing this as a single and having the intro play double the amount of time that it does.
Yeah.
Makes no sense. Anyway, that's a little tidbit.
Thank you
So,
for your
2 to 4?
tidbits, tiddy boy.
Tiddy boy.
2 to 4, yeah, right. Only one to know.
5 to 8.
It's wonderful, but I think for the purposes of this, I think we could go down to 11.
Oh, wow.
And that is, I'm being harsh because I love it.
Yeah, it's very good. I do like it a lot, but it's not going to be one that I'm constantly playing. It's just one that if I'm in the right mood and it happens to come on, I'll be like, oh yeah, I like this one.
For now, I'm putting
Thoughts on the live version with Richard Hawley?
Yeah. Now we come to
That was a
the
question, never mind.
number.
Oh gosh, the Goose Deuce
what
game.
was the question? Sorry, mate.
What are your thoughts on the live version with
I
Richard
don't know what you're
Hawley?
talking
I can't remember.
Oh, never mind.
about.
Sorry,
off.
mate.
Do me a
Sorry,
favour.
I should have stuck with what I was going with. Do me a favour, number 1. Put that straight in the
I'll
top
be
spot,
honest.
please.
I don't really disagree. Callum?
I don't agree, but it's up there, but I wouldn't say it was the best.
It's going there for now. This House of Circus Berserk has.
Oh, I really like this.
Tread carefully, boys. Yeah, this is.
I really like this. I like it's very different. I know a lot of the songs on here are actually quite different to each other, to be honest. Even though everything sort of works seamlessly, but the riff in this, the din 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 din, that back and forth is great, and the bass in it is so killer.
The final chorus is absolutely fucking huge.
It is.
It's mental how massive that sounds. This is one of my favourites on the album.
I would put this.
I put this in 2 to 4.
No, I would put this in 1. And I think what's going to end up happening is everything's going to be pushed down a layer, like we did with the last one.
Wow.
But I would put this above any of those other ones in 2 to 4. Personally.
Okay.
Not saying it's necessarily going to be number 1, but just for this visual aspect now of getting into groups.
I'd put it in 2 to 4.
Carl, what are you saying? Don't think about what you actually want as number 1. Is it better than those ones in 2 to 4? Is probably the better question.
Yeah, it probably is.
Put that at top of 2 to 4 then.
So yeah, these are probably all just going to go down one in a minute once we've got through all the songs.
Oh, is that what you're going to do, is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's what we ended up doing last
Why,
time.
is there something in your brain that won't let you put 5 things in the 2 to 4?
No, I just mean once everything's on there, obviously we can only have one thing in the number 1. I reckon at least one other thing's going in number 1. Therefore, the other 2 are going to be in 2 to 4, and the rest are going to be bumped down. Maths.
Tuned. If you were there, beware. Number 1.
Yep.
I love this. The riff in this is great. Everything about this is fantastic. The little middle bit, the breakdown, where it goes a bit like haunted housey, kind of. It's a bit spooky.
And then the crackly guitar that comes back in.
This is very Humpery.
Yeah, this was the other one on my mind, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, turns out. And for that, it makes it the best song because everyone knows Humber's best album. So, yeah, it's put in number 1 for now.
I think this is my favourite one on the album, to be honest. I've got quite a lot of nostalgia for this one. Not really sure why, but I mean, more so than the other ones.
Yeah, I think nostalgia is going to weigh in heavy towards the definitive number 1 section of this.
I think what helps with this song is it's got chunks of every part of Arctic Monkeys that you like. It's got the kind of swoony, kind of calm verses, and then it's got the weird parts. It's got the heavy bits. It's got killer refs. You know, there's a bit there for everyone.
The bad thing, 12.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said before.
Absolutely the worst song on the album.
Do you know what? I don't really have an issue with the bad thing, but I do think you're right. Actually, I haven't considered yet what I thought was the worst song on this album.
It's
but
this.
The rest of the songs are better. That is true. So that's.
I still quite like it, but yeah, it's definitely the worst.
No.
Yeah, now you've said it, I do realise that it has to go 12. But I do like it. I think
it's so weak compared to everything else.
Isn't it mad that Alex pressed for this on the album over What If You Were Right the First Time?
Yeah, that if that was on here, this would be.
That would be number 1.
Yeah. Old Yellow Bricks.
Guys,
now,
listen.
Liam wants to
Listen,
speak, so
I
he's going
don't,
to speak.
I don't think you're listening. On some days, favourite Arctic song. I went through a phase of this being well up there. I just love it. I genuinely love it. I think, again, it's got everything I want from him. And it just hits, Dorothy was right, though. Hits, solid, like a ton of bricks. So for that reason, I'm out.
I'm going to be honest with you and say I've never resonated with this song in that way. I think that Dorothy was right, though. It's just a bit pimpy of a line, if I'm honest with you. Just to throw the word gimp in our recording session.
Jesus Christ.
It's a solid guitar riff. The overall story is good. He's done better, and he's written it better in other songs.
It feels so
But
nostalgic to me. Maybe that's what's clouding it,
I-
but I feel like it's
yeah.
got a built-in nostalgia to it.
I don't have that, and I think that's probably why I'm having this opinion. Even though this was one of the first albums I actually went out and bought, from Humv. But so I mean, put it in 5 to 8 for me because
I think I agree. I loved it when I was younger, but I've kind of gone off it a little bit.
Oh gosh, I would 100% put it above everything in 2 to 4 at a minimum. So it's rough. It's rough for me, that, guys. Hope you know that.
I'll get over it.
Great. 505.
Go on.
12. I don't care about
Hell.
I don't care about 505. I'm gonna be
You
deadly
don't
honest
care
with you
about
guys.
505.
I don't massively care about it. It goes on too long.
It's all build up. I think.
Yeah,
I
but
love
like,
505 as well, but I'm kind of done with it.
yeah. It's never really been like a big thing for me when I first listened to it, and then I'm also done with it. So, I don't need to listen through the whole thing. I don't think it really hits as hard as people kind of make out it hits when it kicks in. It's good.
I argue that it does, but yeah.
I think
okay.
I can recognise the kind of quality there, 100%, but it doesn't really do much for me personally.
I think the line before the drop in this is so much more impactful than Dorothy was right, though.
That's the line itself is much more impactful. But that's
Yeah.
apple and
So
pears.
apple pears.
Apples and pears. Apples and lemons.
Yeah.
What is the phrase? Apples and lemons.
Apples and pears.
It's apples and pears are pretty
gaslight
close.
you into thinking it was apples and
They're
lemons.
pretty similar though, so I understand.
What, lemons and pears are pretty similar?
No, apples and pears.
What's
Yeah,
happening?
well, that's the whole point, isn't it?
No,
Yeah, they're
no,
pretty similar.
but they're not. Oh, fuck off.
What are you saying then?
Apples and oranges would be a better one, wouldn't it? Because they're completely different, but they're both fruit.
Pears are just long apples, aren't they?
They're
When
basically
you think about it.
sandy long apples, yeah. Alex's brother. Anyway, 5-5, where's it going? 9 to 11?
No, it's better than that.
Right,
It's
well,
5 to
let's be
8.
realistic here, okay? Let's move all these down, because this is just what's going to happen somewhere along the line. Some of these need to be moved up, some of them need to be moved down, and 505 needs to fit into here.
Right. I mean, I would have. That's confused me. I would have put that in 2 to 4. Honestly, if I was ranking it.
So it's above all three of these. No, sorry.
All 4 of those.
There's one of these that is below 505. Sorry, is probably the better question. You're saying it's your favourite song? Is that what you're saying?
No.
God damn it. But it's better than the other two. Or one of the other two. Right, I'll go back to the other one. Hang on.
Now.
Okay. It doesn't make a difference, really.
I would have put 505 and 2 to 4.
And which one of these would you push down? To
I
5
would,
to 8.
this
You don't need-
house.
What?
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I can't count. You're right.
Yeah.
There should be 3 in that pile. You're right. Sorry, guys. So, Callum, do you agree that it's better than all these in 5 to 8? I don't mean to do that.
Yeah, yeah, probably. I just think I'm kind of done with it, but like the actual song
Better than
itself, yeah.
Balaclava. Brian Storm. Teddy Picker.
To be honest
Flo.
with you, I'd probably say I prefer Teddy Picker over the other ones there, if I'm really deep in it. But
I
I
think you
don't know.
should just put "If You Were There But Where" in number 1.
No,
Fuck. Well, what? Is yours Do Me a Favour, Jan? Is that what you're saying?
mine is Do Me a Favour, yeah.
I have a lot of nostalgia to that song. And I picked
Yeah.
up a bass and played this perfectly before without having not played it for about 10 years. No, doesn't add up. But you know what I'm saying. But then I also was listening to the song, and I don't know if it's as good as I remember it being.
Okay, if we try and take nostalgia out of it then, and personal preference for a minute, and just rank it amongst the songs, it is a bit two notes.
Mm-hmm.
There's the quiet part, there's the heavy part. That's essentially it.
Yeah.
If You Were There does more for me than This House is a Circus, and does more as a song. So, number 1.
I think I agree. And as you both alluded to, it's the most humbuggy out of this album, which obviously is a massive album for us. So I think it's only right that that's number 1.
I cannot disagree with any of that. So I think that makes that number 1.
Perfect. I think for Humbug, we're going to have to put 1 to 3, aren't we?
Oh,
Because
God.
I don't know if we're going to be able to do just a number 1.
I don't know if
song.
I'd be able to just pick my own.
Actually,
number
no,
one,
I
to be
can.
honest.
I
That's gonna
can
be
do
pretty
that.
hard.
So I can. I've changed my mind.
He's changed
Anyway.
it, guys. He's changed it.
Changed it.
So
yeah.
5 or 5
So we
is kind of just. It's at the bottom just because I can't put it back in the little bottom bit. But
Okay.
so if we're saying
How many
it's
do we
definitely
need?
better than these,
Do we need 3 and 2 to 4? Yeah.
Mhm.
see,
I think I'd put Balaclava in there personally.
I put 505. Or Teddy Picker, actually. 505 or Teddy Picker I put in there.
Fuck. For me, 505 is at the
Or
bottom of this pile, above the Bad Thing. But I think I prefer every other song, really. Honestly,
okay, but take away personal preference and let's talk about the song like we just did.
I still do think I don't think it does as much as most of these other songs.
I do tend to agree. I don't know why it's got the following that it has. I like it, but
I mean, it's easy to take away personal preference, as you say there, Yanni, if you like the song. When you don't like it, it's kind of a bit more difficult.
Mm.
Because
there is literally there was a poll of people's favorite Arctic Monkey songs, and this one, and it's nowhere near.
No, I agree.
Mm.
I love it, but it's nowhere near.
So we need to figure out what's going in 2 to 4. So out of the other ones left then, since I imagine...
Well, the nominees really from you two then were Teddy Picker and Balaclava. Which I think it's one of them too. So, which one?
I mean, it's down to you. You got the final vote.
Okay.
But I also just want to say that listening to it in my head and not actually listening to it in real life, Fluorescent Adolescent is really good.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
Really, really good. When you think about the song itself, it's great.
Yeah, I think I might prefer Fluorescent Adolescent to Teddy Picker.
Okay.
Actually,
I can get on board with that when I'm actually thinking about it
yeah.
as well.
And then, do I prefer that to Balaclava? I don't know, because I fucking love the bass line of Balaclava.
Oh. Not to rush
God.
you along, mate, but come on. It's not that deep.
I mean, if anyone else want to say anything else, am I just down to pick one here to go up?
Well, you only put Teddy Picker on the line. I put Balaclava.
No, I've changed it to Fluorescent.
Okay.
Thinking about it.
I think I was to put one on that I was going to enjoy more. I'm gonna say Balaclava.
Oof.
Say Balaclava.
I went 505 at the
Took a lot
bottom
of
of
energy,
Fab Droid.
Is that where you think it sits, Con?
I do, yeah. I love
And
Deers for
Yanni's gonna want it
Dangerous,
as high
but
as possible. So, and Yanni, you obviously want it as high as possible, realistically.
I put it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, those numbers add up. So that's
Yes.
that, is it?
That is that.
Did last time did we try and order it within, or are we not?
no,
gonna
I
do that?
thought I can't be
No,
fucked.
we're not doing
I
that.
think we realised last time that it just happened to land probably how we'd agree it was going to go, but this is a bit
Yeah.
more difficult, isn't it? That was rough. I knew that would be rough. I'm not.
Not as bad as I thought it would.
I feel like none of us are like anywhere near 100% happy with that though. But
No.
interesting stuff, isn't it?
That's the game.
The game's the game.
The game's the game, and that's us
Yeah,
for
It is.
another week.
possibly.
Or
Or
three.
two.
Who knows? Let's see what comes out next week. Anyone know of anything that's coming out? No.
I don't pay
No,
attention.
there's
Ow.
literally nothing being released ever, and it's really sad.
Well, hopefully there'll be a chunk of singles. We'll do another rank of new albums. Maybe we should try and find a classic we can just do. And
Yeah.
maybe we should just love ourselves, take care of one another, teach each other love and caring.
Goodbye, everyone.
Yes, bye, bye,
Goodbye.